This is Patricia, and I'm traveling for history. I thought on today's show, I would share with you the Parallel Justice Victims Fund application. And if you recall last week's live video, I told you what happened with my car being broken into and stuff stolen and I'm not sure if I had mentioned on that video that these these twerps, and I'm using plural because I don't know if it's one or more than one, so I'm just going to go with plural. So uh, these twerps also stole my clip-on sunglasses. What on earth is the matter with these folks? Seems so random. I mean, I understand stealing chargers and a power bank and cords. I understand that. I don't like it, but I do understand it. That stuff makes sense. If you're going to break into someone's car, why on earth would you steal? So I thought I would share with you the form in Friday's video, not live, Friday's video, that there was a community justice and this community justice, and then they sent me a form for paying for these things I had to buy again. At this point, I have repurchased a 26,800 amp power bag, brick. It's not as quite as heavy. It's still heavy, but it's not quite as heavy as my original one. Plastic doesn't seem as good. No surprise there. I tried to get as close to the original as I could because that was no longer available. And so it only has 4 blue dots to let me know how much power it has left. I did buy the cigarette lighter cord, the micro USB charge. You'd think it would have come with the cord, don't you? I mean, I would have thought it would come with the cord, but it did not. The high speed charger, what a difference! I had this other charger I was using. It just plugged into the light into the not the light socket, the cigarette lighter, and I was charging my phone, and it went up 1% in 5 minutes, and with the super high speed one now, super fast. I think I wasn't even out of the parking lot yet when it had already gone up 10-15%. It's incredibly, it's a fabulous thing. I was, and so I bought those things. There are a couple of more things. Oh, and I replaced the dual socket cigarette lighter as well. There's another 1 or 2 things I would like to buy and get reimbursed for as well. But I thought I would share with you the form because I thought something was pretty interesting. Now, the top part is the usual stuff we would expect: name, address, phone number, and then things like the police incident report number and or the name of the officer, location, date, kind of incident. So for me, it was a car break-in. Oops. As I scroll down. How has the crime affected you? Physical. Were you hurt? If so, are you still affected by these injuries? Did you receive medical treatment? Safety. If you have safety concerns as a result of the crime, please describe them. Well, I'll tell you what. Since my car was broken into, I'm not feeling as safe for my neighborhood, for where I live, for my home, for my car, certainly. Really nervous having those things in my car again because, I don't want them stolen again. This stuff ain't cheap. Hi, Levi and Roberto. Over Argentina. Woohoo. Um, so, so those are some issues for me, um, especially since I'm often arriving after dark. Um, and I've seen people who don't act poorly on the property because people cut through my the property where I live to get elsewhere as a shortcut. I've seen terrible behavior. In fact, I'll tell you a story from maybe 3 years ago at this point. I had just gone grocery shopping. It was after dark. Um, I don't remember the time of year, but it was after dark. I had my groceries in my cooler because it's got a couple of wheels and a long handle. It's really kind of perfect. And as I'm leaving my carport, hey Jeremiah, um, I noticed these two bicyclists who were um, crossing and going around this pickup truck that was just stuck there. It couldn't leave. It just couldn't pull out onto the driveway to get out of the development. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, as a person who drives a vehicle, bicyclists drive me nuts. They don't follow the rules of the road, at least not here. They don't follow the rules of the road. They don't obey traffic signs. They don't stop for red lights. Um, when it's not their turn, they go anyway. Um, so, hey, Chad, how are you? So, um, so I already have an issue with bicyclists. I just find most of them disrespectful. For the ones who are respectful, thank you for that. Appreciate all that. Um, so one of the bicyclists took off and the other one left, and they were both young, um, teenagers, early 20s, old enough to know better. This was malicious. The other one, I watched it for a while, and then I'm standing, waiting to walk to my place, but didn't want to be in a target of the last bicyclist. So as I'm waiting, I'm staying behind this really tall truck. Understand, I'm short, and there's this tall truck I'm staying behind, pickup truck, and I wasn't hiding. I was just standing there. So the bicyclist leaves the truck finally, and starts to head down this hill, and slams on his brakes because he saw me and was giving me lip. I'm just standing there thinking, you're a jerk. Fill in some other word. And well, that was annoying. Hopefully, I didn't lose anyone. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, so, there are people who behave poorly on the property, and that's just one incident. Um, so I don't feel as safe on the property now that my car's been broken into. And then another one is emotional. How's the crime affected you? Emotional. What are the ways the crime is affecting you or others close to you? So not close to me, but for me, on I each time I get out of the car, I hit the lock button multiple times. I go over the doors to make sure they're locked. Um, that is not normal behavior for me. I On Sunday morning, my alarm was set for 3 a.m. I was going to go do a not a garage sale, flea market, and I'd like to be there at 5 in the morning. So alarm was set for 3. At 1 in the morning, I awoke, boing, thinking, "Oh my God, has my car been broken into? I need to go check it. This is terrible. I know it's been broken into. I gotta go to check it." It took every fiber of my being not to go up to check it. I did not actually, and it wasn't broken into either. It was fully loaded though, and I was terrified of loading it and keeping it loaded and parked in my carport, afraid that people were going to break in and steal stuff. For the most part, people don't want what I'm selling. I mean, it's a random, for a random break in, people are not going to want to steal that stuff. It's heavy, it's bulky, and it's not conducive to a grab and run or smash and grab. But emotionally, it's just been awful to be so fearful. So, another one is financial. Please describe any property that was damaged or lost as a result of the crime. What are the impacts of not replacing or repairing them? And then attach any receipts or estimates to this application. Um, well, the impacts of not replacing. The power bank allows me to film. Without the power bank, my phone just decides, oh, I feel faint, and then stops recording. It's pretty frustrating. So, in order to produce videos for all of you for my channel, I have to have the power bank. And of course, the cord for that. And the plug and the charging cord for that, charging cable for that, because I stole all that stuff. Um, I need the chargers in my phone, in my car rather, because I need to charge my phone. Yes, I have the brick. I also charge the brick in the car. Um, I have to have these things. It's not just because I want them. I need them. Um, I do have receipts for all the stuff I purchased. Um, Under resources, does your family know what happened? No, actually, my family does not know what happened. Um, Friends do, though. My friends know, and my friends are like family. Question about insurance. Do you have insurance that can help? What's your deductible? I have to attach a copy of the insurance deductible from my insurance policy. The deductible is $500. The amount stolen was less than that. So this is coming out of my pocket, not the insurance company's. And even if I did file a claim, if I had enough to file a claim, I still, my insurance would go up. So there's no winning here with the insurance company. Um, Impact. How would covering these expenses out of pocket affect your budget? It's hard. I live on under $1,400 a month, and that's it's a huge chunk for me. You figure the brick, when I first bought the brick in 2019, it was $50, and this time it was 24, so about half the price. Um, and then the cords and the charger and all of that stuff came to, I don't know, 50, $60, maybe a little more, um, with all the taxes and whatnot. So that's a big chunk of change. So anyway, it's financially challenging. Um, Out of pocket, yeah, affect my budget. It's, yeah, what budget? Under other, what other financial resources could you use for these expenses? I think it's called a credit card. That is not that is not ideal, and that is not a good financial resource. Um, it's just not. Um, it does say, for example, using money in a savings account. What is a savings account? Who has savings nowadays? Um, for example, using money in savings, a gift or loan from family or friends, waiting until you get paid again. Yeah, I get paid once a month, and a gift or loan. Yeah, I wouldn't want to take a loan. Um, so, and it also asks, if you received no help, would you have to divert money from other basic needs like food, rent, utilities to cover these crime-related expenses this month? Yeah, and then next month. Um, so yeah, it would probably affect both months because I have expenses against my income, like everyone else does. They want to know, may we share your story without your name or personal identifying information to promote the program and help support other victims? Yes, I will check yes to that box. Um, um, And it says here, this is in bold. If you accept financial assistance from parallel justice for expenses incurred as a result of a crime, we reserve the right to share information with the state's attorney, victim's advocate, in order to pursue restitution claims if a case is brought against a suspect. Now, I am almost 100% certain that they'll never find the miserable son of a bitch who stole my stuff. So I don't expect them to find this person, because it doesn't really seem like the police would do much with the person. Now, I don't think if someone were caught stealing, if they were caught after the fact, I don't think jail is a good. That's not a deterrent, really. It's like when people use spray paint a building, graffiti on a building. I like the deterrents where they have to clean that crap off. Now, if you like graffiti, yay for you. I don't. I don't at all. But because I'm old. And I just see it as defacing a building that doesn't belong to them. So I like when they're forced to clean that crap off a building or whatever they spray painted. Not sure what to do with someone who's stolen something. I don't know. What do you think? What would you have them do if they stole from you? Beating the crap out of them. No. that might make me feel better in the 10 seconds I did that, but I wouldn't really want to beat the tar out of them. But I can't think of it something. And for some countries, someone who ancient law was if you stole a loaf of bread, they would chop off your hand. Talk about draconian. Of course, they wouldn't be able to steal again with that hand, would they now? And then they go on after the brought against suspect. Otherwise, information we collect from you is confidential and will remain confidential unless you authorize us to speak with one of the agencies listed below. The Center for Crime Victim Services, which is compensation and restitution units, the police department, the state's attorney's office, such as speaking with the victim advocate, and then other /notes on circumstances under which info can be shared. And they have a line that something can be typed on. And then, by signing below, I agree the information on this document is truthful and accurate, and that the needs identified are a direct result of a crime. I also agree to provide receipts for all purchases approved by this program. Furthermore, I attest that the crime occurred within the city after September 30, 2018. Then I would sign it and date it. And they have a survey below. The survey is race/ethnicity, gender, special classifications, and check all that apply. I thought this was kind of interesting. So under these special classifications, deaf/hard of hearing. I'm hard of hearing. If you're homeless, hotel housing/COTS housing, immigrant, refugee, or asylum seeker. Connecting. So I thought this was a pretty interesting form. And then it says, is there anything else you'd like to add to these classifications? And then thank you. So I'll be filling out this form. I have one. And it was interesting too. When I was talking to the community justice person, she said that she could send what she did. So I wrote back to her and asked purchase and add to the form. Yes was her answer. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase the thing that they stole and call done. I'm not going to replace the clip-on sunglasses. I have prescription sunglasses now, which is quite nice. Thank you, Costco, for such low prices on their eyeglasses. Great prices. I don't shop there otherwise, but wow, great prices. anyway, I thought the form was interesting. I thought you would find it interesting as well. Um, hopefully, you do not experience someone breaking into your car or worse, your home. Um, terrifying stuff out there. I mean, this is not terrifying. It's because I was not near the car when it was burgled, but still, really just terrible experience. And I guess I'm glad they didn't steal the CDs. But I have some esoteric stuff up there. I have the greatest hits of Dusty Springfield, a 60s a female singer, great stuff. Um, pretty sure she's dead now. Um, Chapel Roan, but her CD is actually in the tape um, CD in my car. Um, a CD of French music. I like the one about the blue whale. I don't understand what they're singing about. I really like the tune. What's it called? The bleu ballon. So I can pronounce some of the stuff. Like I don't understand what they're singing about, but I like that one. But glad they didn't steal them because the first time I had a car broken into, which was long before CDs, was I had a rack of rack of and someone stole the entire rack of those things. What's the matter with you? Can't you go and buy them yourself? Clearly not. So, and the second time I had a car broken into, I was very lucky they didn't steal anything. Apparently, they were spooked by something. DJ, all my was in there, as well as all my CDs. That could have been horrible, just really horrible. Alrighty, well, this I thought this was pretty interesting. I thought you'd like it too. And put in the comments below if you've had any experiences with your car or being ripped off in some manner. I'm sure, unfortunately, any one of us has far too many stories to share. Um, and until I see you again, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. And I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Bye now.